Admiral Garg, let me come to you very quickly. Is this escalation that we're seeing in Beirut? Look at some of those pictures. I mean, barbaric. The entire world is now, condemning these strikes. Is this escalation by design? Is this by accident? 100 strikes in 10 minutes, over 250 killed. What does this tell us about Israel's objectives? Is it deterrence? Is it degradation? Is it domination? When Donald Trump says this is a separate skirmish, is it really a separate skirmish? Because even as the conflict began in February, south of the Litani River, Israel had begun its forces and its deployment over there.
I think the attack at this scale cannot be by accident. Certainly, it cannot be by accident. It is well planned and thought out strategy by Israel. What does it reflect? To me, it reflects Israel's frustration at this ceasefire, which I am very sure Israel was never in favor. They would have agreed to this 2-week truce under US pressure. Certainly, Israel would not have been very happy with this 2 week of ceasefire. And this attack on Lebanon is, in my opinion, a way of Israel's expression of frustration at this ceasefire, which has been brokered at the insistence of US and mediated by Pakistan. So, certainly the scale and the devastation that has been created by this attack by Israel,
Yeah.
it speaks that, they are conveying a message to the world that they are unhappy with this ceasefire. And they would certainly like to see this ceasefire being
Well, if they're unhappy with the
jeopardized.
ceasefire, why should commoners and lay people, face the brunt of that? Why should they face the music? I mean, on the pretext of, let's say there are 10 Hezbollah operatives in that particular area. Look at the amount of charred bodies and the charred cars that the authorities have had to pull out. I mean, what will it take? Does this not amount to war crimes? I mean, help the viewers understand that, sir.
Absolutely. Whenever a scale of attack of this scale takes place, there is tremendous collateral. Whilst Israel will justify that these Hezbollah operatives are intermixed with the civilian population, it's very difficult to separate a terrorist from a common man, and they take shield behind all that. That's the common pretext that we have seen over the years. Justify attack on civil targets, whether it's Gaza or whether it is Syria, or wherever we see. This is a common pretext that is used to target civil infrastructure. But yes, certainly it's a war crime to attack civilian targets. But then, in today's wars that we see, whether it's US or it's Israel, ethics and morality and regard for international law and human life is always put aside, and the world has become ruthless and unfortunate. That's very, very unfortunate, but that's the way the world wars are being fought at total disregard to civilian casualties. That's unfortunate.
Well, proportional force or excessive force, we'll let the viewers decide that.